What's up, guys? Your girl Luca here. Luca Teal, yes, the Ashen one, the Ashen Lucario, the Ashen Luca. It's me. I'm here for another episode of this show. Yeah, man, there's a lot of things to talk about. Primarily this Activision Blizzard deal. We're going to talk about Lena the con. We're going to talk about Lena the fraud. Yeah, we're going to discuss that. We're going to talk about how the ABK deal is almost finalized, how the FTC got like blocked, because the basketball blocked. You know what I'm saying? Got blocked. And then we're going to discuss first date ideas because there's some stuff going on social media in which some girls are coming through and they're saying, ice cream dates, trash. Okay. Trash. All right. You take me out on an ice cream date, we're fighting. That's basically what these girls are saying, right? So I'm just curious, and I definitely want to discuss first date ideas, which is something that we've touched on before. Well, I touched on Twitter for my personal life because I was just curious, right? Because I'm just like, there has to be other stuff to do than dinner and movie. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about Lena the con, which is so good. I'm sorry, it's so good. You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about Lena the plug last week. Okay. Anyway, we can just move on from that. What up, Slow?
What up, Snow?
What's up, Singer?
Ooh, banana. Yum, yum, yum. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, Lord,
Sorry.
have mercy. Okay.
I'm an NPC. What?
Yeah, that's definitely a fetish that I just don't understand, but it's not for me to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different things for different people, and I can accept that. All right, what's up, Darko's Dreamers? Well,
you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Darko Streamer, hold on to what you said, and if you could just bring it back when we get to that topic, that would be great. What's up, Beta Cypher? What's up, Gregor, Drav, Arcade, Breesky, Dion, True Virgil, Moggs, Cassie, Nola? What's up, guys? All right, so let's go ahead and oh Lord have mercy. Let's go ahead and get into Lena the fraud. So Miss Khan, who I must admit I don't know too much about her because I don't care, honestly, but I saw a couple of clips the last couple of days where she was it was looking bad. What did you say about like the hammer thing, Singer?
There was two Lenas who got hammered.
Exactly.
And I'll let you figure that one out.
Nice, very nice.
Yes. So, it was bad, dude. I was like, ugh. But yeah, let's go ahead and play one of the clips. Let's go ahead and bring it up, Stringer. Bring up the one where they're talking about her license. What's up, Spencer? What's up, Sly? What's up, Dre?
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the chicks don't want ice cream, dude. They're too good for ice cream. Is it?
I got a lot to say about that.
I know you do. I do want to say this, though. So I was at my friend's house, and it took him like an hour and a half to do his fucking makeup. And as I was like, reading and thinking about and watching him do his makeup, I was considering our conversation. So I was thinking about our conversation about how like a lot of these girls like take so much time to put on their makeup and stuff, and they look different, right?
They look like a different person.
And it's just like, for me, I just have to wonder, like, can you really act like you're a super hot bad chick if you gotta like have a bunch of
3 inches of makeup on? It's like a mask.
Like not that I have no issues with chicks doing anything with their face or women when do makeup. I have no issues whatsoever. But I just think it's a little odd. But if you can zoom in a little bit, Singer, that'd be great.
Let me know when to stop.
Yes, King. Yes. Phil, Mike, Geekhead, what's goody?
Is that good?
Rano, what's up? What's up, Long Game Larry? What's up? What's up? All right, let's go ahead and play it, man. I was okay.
According to your Senate questionnaire, you held yourself out as counsel for the Democrats on this very committee. You used this title, but you were not licensed to practice law. Counsel is a term reserved for lawyers, licensed lawyers. And in Wyoming, a person who in any manner holds themselves as competent to practice law without a license to do so is guilty of unauthorized practice of law. I believe the law in the District of Columbia where you held yourself out is similar. Do you believe it is appropriate for non-lawyers to claim the title of counsel?
Congressman, when I had the honor to work for this committee, I complied with all of the document requests that the HR folks requested, including documentation about the fact.
When I checked your registration status this morning, I learned that you are not in good standing with the New York Bar. Your license is listed as delinquent, which means you have failed to file your biennial registrations, and it means that you have not been paying your bar dues, completing your continuing legal education, and maintaining your law license. I believe it's shown on the screen. It also means you're subject to referral for disciplinary action. I find this situation to be stunning and a reflection on your ethics. With that, I yield back.
Okay, so I saw this. I was gasping. I was like, yo.
Bruh. Don't you love the video editing? As soon as she referenced she pulled her records, they put the records on screen so everyone to see it. I
just like, hold on, I got something for you. That's like a level of tea that I would do. I'm like, wait, I have the proof here. Let's discuss this. Like, let's talk. What do you? Oh, you don't remember? Well, I have it right here for you.
It also shows she went to the television crew and was like, hey, NTD, I need you guys.
Not
like, no, that's what it says, NTD.com, right? So
okay.
I need you guys to, when I say the words, you are delinquent, you put this on screen immediately. It's hilarious. I don't care about Lena Khan either way, but I love to see someone get roasted. So
Should I cue up the other two?
Yes, please. Yeah, because when I saw it, I was like,
according to your Senate question.
Whoops.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean you haven't been paying your dues? What? That's so bad. Why would you even be here?
And not doing the continuing education. So she's not doing the stuff like when laws change, you're supposed to be up on that stuff. She's not doing that, and she didn't pay her dues. So she just basically just like, yeah, I passed the bar. I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that ever again.
She's like, I'm not dealing with any of that. Understandable, but come on, girl. Be for real. You know what I'm saying? All right, are we playing the next one?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, buddy.
Matt, you're going to fail. You then took on Microsoft. Microsoft's a big company. Everybody up here seems to want to beat on anyone that has over $1 trillion market cap. And when you served on the committee, you were big on, if you were over $1 trillion, we need to break you up or stop you. However, that merger that you lost the other day is one in which a protected market that Sony enjoys in China and Japan, a company that is already larger, needs competition. The reality is we are a global market, and you are thinking only of who you want to go after for some reason. And I cannot find your logic, and I believe that it begins at the top. I do. When you blamed your staff and said staff decisions, shame on you. The fact is you run this organization, and its left turn came when you took over, not with the staff that many of whom would have already been there.
Yep. That was that one.
All right.
Wow.
What do you think about that one, guys?
The part that I found very interesting is when he said that when she served on the committee, that she admitted that she thought that any $1 trillion corporation needed to be stopped or broken up. So that kind of goes to her mindset in regards to just Microsoft in general. Anything that Microsoft does in the terms of like vertical mergers or anything that she deems is them growing or using their money to grow, she feels is just on a blanket foundational level not good, period. And she doesn't want anything to do with it, which means that like she basically had already made up her mind on the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, regardless of the facts, whether it was like all good, everyone loved it, even if Sony wasn't out there trying to block it, she would have been trying to block it because of her whole stance on it, on $1 trillion corporations.
Her whole agenda is just going after the big tech companies because she wants to win, but she keeps losing, so I don't know how that works. Should I do this one here?
Yes, sir.
Determinations.
But are you bringing cases that you expect to lose?
Could you repeat that?
Are you bringing cases that you expect to lose?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, your track record seems to suggest otherwise. Let's look more closely at the Activision decision. The court first noted that in an attempt to lower your burden, you essentially made up case law. You couldn't find anything actually that's the courts have provided in terms of precedents. You cited to your own FTC decision as precedent. But irrespective of the legal standard, the court, you probably wouldn't have won under any standard because the court said this, that the FTC has not raised serious questions regarding whether the proposed merger is likely to substantially lessen competition, not raised serious questions. The court also rejected not only rejected your assertion of a likely anti-competitive effect, but found just the opposite, that the record evidence points to more consumer access. So why should Americans have faith in your judgment when this Biden-appointed judge says you are so far off the mark?
Congressman, this matter is still pending before the FTC in administrative adjudication, so I'm just going to be limited in what I can say about the merits. Our complaint lays out the staff's view of what this merger would result in and why that would be a law violation.
But the judge roundly rejected it and said there weren't even serious questions, and now having lost, you're spending even more taxpayer money on an appeal that you're even less likely to win because the appeals court is going to defer to the trial court's findings of fact in this very fact-intensive matter. So why are you spending even more taxpayer resources pursuing this appeal?
So I can say again, this was a staff recommendation. I can say it a general matter. Staff always looks closely at an opinion and looks at whether there are certain errors in law that they believe are worth appealing on. Those are in general the types of determinations that go into whether the FTC ends up appealing.
Gentlemen,
Okay.
She didn't answer the question.
I mean, yeah.
She
Like-
basically just like, yeah, we got a case and we got staff and they got their opinions on that and that's it. It's just it
Basically.
didn't. He was like, you're less likely to win the appeal than you were the case. So why are you still doing it? So as I said, we have a staff and they're doing. I'm like, so you don't have an answer because you're just repeating yourself at this point.
The funniest part about that entire clip is the beginning. I appreciate him because it's like, do you expect to lose? You bring a case you expect to lose. Well, your track record shows, and it's like, oh man,
Yeah, man, that was uncalled for. Yet I loved it.
Very, I loved it because regardless of like how you may feel about this Activision Blizzard deal, this FTC shit, like if you're pretty apathetic about it or not, we are a shady community and we love shade. It's great. And I think all this shit is fucking hysterical. Especially it's like, come on, girl. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So
they cooked her.
the thing
done.
The thing is, you have to think from his perspective. You took an L, then you get roasted by Congress, and then you take a second L. Like, you can't spell Lena Khan without the L.
Like it's so bad, dude. It's just like, ooh, like is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? That whole knowledge about her like not keeping up with her licensure, or keeping up with the laws and such, and paying the dues. I was just like, that's bad. Like that's really bad, actually. What do you mean? What do you mean you're not keeping up? You know what I'm saying? Like even with my less than elementary knowledge of law, even I can be like, yeah, no, that's like a really bad thing. So it's just like unfortunate for her, but it's absolutely hysterical for the rest of us. So okay, guys, like, are we done? Is this shit over?
It's getting there. Basically, they're gonna win. It looks like Microsoft is gonna own Activision Blizzard King. It's just only a matter of time at this point. The FTC is likely to either go to court in August, which I think that's probably less likely. They might just drop the case. Or, but either way, by the time they go to court in August, Microsoft will have already completed the acquisition at this point. They attempted the whole preliminary injunction solely to keep Microsoft from doing that, which is what they were going to do. And you got, stock markets that are pulling Activision off the market because, they're anticipating the acquisition being completed. And the CMA is now negotiating with Microsoft for some kind of, I guess maybe the save face on their side of things, but they kind of see the writing on the wall there as well. So it's going to be done fairly soon. Thank God. I can't stand this crap.
It was hilarious. Speaking of the CMA, as soon as the judge's court order came in, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're now willing to talk. Oh yeah, let's pause the proceedings in the tribunal. and let's have a chat, Microsoft. And I'm like, oh, you realize your position is fucked, and now you look incredibly stupid because you're on your own. Europe's folded, America's done. There's just you. So and I agree. They're gonna spin off xCloud. They're gonna give it let EE.
Yeah,
One
I
of
said
our
that
big
about a month ago too. I said
one of
they're
our
probably just
big.
get rid of xCloud in
No,
UK.
it's still gonna exist.
No,
But it's
in UK, you don't have like you, for example, Singer
no,
wouldn't have
it
access
will
to it.
exist. No. What they do is they'll give it to one of the big telecom providers. Like EE is a massive telecom provider in the UK, and what they'll do is let them operate xCloud. Like Microsoft will go hands off. It'll still be xCloud, but it won't be operated by Microsoft. They'll have no. They'll be like,
yeah, that's definitely an option too. Even though, like,
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like a pointless thing to have to do at that point, really, to appease the CMA. But it is what it is. Whatever they gotta do.
If you take away xCloud, I'm perfectly fine with that because ain't no one using that shit.
Yeah, no one's.
We get to keep the console, we get to keep Game Pass, we get to keep the shit that actually matters. So we lose xCloud. Okay,
xCloud is not even all that. Like, they haven't done. I'm not gonna say they haven't done any improvements, but like at least whenever I've used xCloud, I haven't seen any improvements since the time they first like started to like market it and have it like roll it out in betas to various different markets. And I used it when I was on vacation for a couple of games, and compared to GeForce Now, it's complete ass compared to GeForce Now. I was able to play games at whatever resolution I wanted and whatever frame rate I wanted in GeForce Now, and in xCloud you're basically 720p 60 fps. So yeah, it sucks. So yeah, go ahead and if I mean they kind of pigeonholed themselves, the CMA that is, into that entire argument when they said that we're denying it based upon the whole cloud market deal. Okay, all right, well, this nascent market that barely exists, they're gonna go ahead and just be like, all right, well, we just won't deal with the whole cloud market in the UK because that's what you maintain, and that's it. So,
like, fortunately, it wasn't Game Pass or multi subscriptions they had a problem with, all the console. They threw all that out and they focus on the cloud. And I'm like, yeah, you can take that away because I really don't care. I don't use it. So, okay, that's not affecting anyone in the UK, really. What? There's like 5,000 people who use it, maybe, out of 70 million population. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah. To answer your question, Luca, it's almost over.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Monday.
Give it like a couple of months. Like by September, we're not. We're not having these discussions. Well, the court said this and that. Like, no, by September, we're moving on to other things.
It might be done as early as Monday. Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, they could close. They could close Monday or Tuesday.
If they come to it, because that was what Hogue pointed out. If they could come to an agreement with the CMA, they'll close over the CMA before they finalize their thing. But they'll have what they're working out in the background. So it's basically
like the framework of a deal. So that
yeah. So that they can both come to an understanding. The courts will be like, okay, cool. You guys deal with that. Then they get to close so they don't miss their deadline because their deadline is coming up. So it's a win-win all around. CMA look good. Microsoft looks good. They get what they want. It's a win-win. You know?
All right. Whoa.
Yep. Is Luca frozen?
Yeah, I think she's frozen.
Yeah.
Give her facial expression.
I was gonna say, I was like, hang on a minute.
She's gone. All right. Well, I guess we can move on to the. Wow. I mean, is that all the gaming topics we got? hey, let's talk about this real quick before Luca come back. Right. My type, the name. You see my name?
Mm-hmm.
Magical SSD's nuts, man. All that talk they were saying. Oh, hey. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart can only be played on the PS5. Wrong. Can only be played by our magical SSD. Wrong. Ain't nothing special about that SSD. It's a generic ass Gen 4 NVMe M.2 SSD. I got a 980 inside of my PS5 right now that's faster than the internal SSD that's in that thing. And I just bought storage. It's so dirt cheap right now. I just bought a freaking even faster Western Digital Black SN850X
Oh,
for
nice.
$60. For $60, 1 terabyte. Look.
That's the thing. Like, and then the thing is that like they bought into the marketing so well, thinking it's like, oh, it's even faster than the PC SSDs, and it's like the thing
It
is
wasn't
about
even faster when they said
the-
that. Like they even
the
like
thing-
we didn't have SSDs already. It's
no,
crazy.
but what they mean with the compression and all that, they could get it up to 9. But then I'm like, you do realize the new SSDs, the PCIe 5 SSDs are coming out, and they're gonna do a lot more than what the consoles could do. Like PC will always move forwards faster than consoles. So it's, I don't know. The SSD was hilarious when I saw Ratchet and Clank and it said HDD. Oh man, yo. And
Yeah,
then
it's just-
people tried saying, "Oh, but you're playing at 720p, 30 FPS." Well, you were playing Final Fantasy 16 like that, so I don't see the
Right.
difference.
And I kind of want to pull up the PC spec list, which is what basically the reason why we even talking about this. But with Luca not here, she's the one that would like show it. So, but I do still have that saved here, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people also expose themselves for not understanding how hardware works, right? Because
Yes.
they look at the minimum spec and they see the HDD there, and it was just like, oh, so what you're gonna play at 720p 30 FPS with that hard drive? And it's just like, bro, do you not know that your storage does not control resolution or frame rate? Like,
And you do
that
know
whole section for minimum is showing a complete build of parts, not just
Yep.
the storage. This is why I don't understand why these dummios, why these guys on consoles even get into these kind of discussions. Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop
Hey.
talking about stuff you don't understand, dummy. Like, I don't get it.
the minimum specs is for.
Died.
Oh, go on.
Sorry about that. My internet died.
Yeah, we
Oh.
wonder what was going on. I was just like, hey, look, we decided to make our own topic until you got back.
Well,
so.
one last thing on that though. That topic. The whole minimum spec and argument about all that. It's like you do realize, like, yeah, you could have a 3090, you could have the whole shebang, and you could be running a HDD. You could still run it because that's just the way the game is. The whole SSD bullshit everyone bought into. Now, if you've been PC gaming, you would know it was bullshit. Oh, the Super SSD, and everyone on PC rolls their eyes when Mark Cerny introduces the SSD, and it's like, okay, cool. We've had that shit since 2015 and before. Like, okay, cool. And then you have Ratchet and Clank come out, Returnal HDD, right? If I remember correctly.
Mhm.
I think
Wait.
Returnal had it too, but I'll double check it.
I don't remember, dude. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Yeah, the Ratchet and Clank thing. Oh, and the SSD thing. And when you saw the, like, what was it? The minimum specs was a hard disk drive. And I was just
Yeah.
like, man, guess you don't need the magical SSD. I mean, you still need it for it to run well, seemingly, but
Yeah.
you can still run it. So
I'm sure it'll run perfectly fine on a HDD. The loading screens might be a little bit longer, but
Yeah,
I mean,
they did the same thing for Returnal on minimum spec. They showed
Mhm.
that you could use a hard drive as well.
man, sucks to suck, huh? Man, these corporations just be flat out lying, and people are just like, yes, I'm a eat it up. You know, I understand though. I do the same thing. I get it, man. Damn. So, oh, but I really like how the spec sheet was clear, and also you
Yeah.
can tell when something is up, when something's wrong. Like, I remember when the spec sheet came out for The Last of Us remake, I was like,
Yeah, something you're like, I
Yeah.
don't know about that one.
I'm just like, oh,
Mhm.
this doesn't look right. This looks weird, you know? Even
Yeah,
if, like, I was just like, I don't know about all that, but like,
the VRAM usage was so high. I was just like, yo, why is the VRAM requirement so high for a game that's like, I mean, it's a remake of an old game, but still, like, this game was running on a PS5. So like, what the heck? And then come to find out, like the game just wasn't complete. Like if you put on, say, like the texture toggle for medium, it would just be a blurry, blocky mess. And it's just like, you didn't even complete this. Like this is an unfinished game that you just launched when you did because the TV show was ending.
Which is
That's how you know. That's why, see, people don't peep the spec sheets. When you see like when I saw Forspoken spec sheets, I was like, something is terribly wrong. If this is your
this
minimum,
ain't right, man. This shit doesn't look right.
If you need a 30 whatever for minimum or recommend, no, there is something terribly wrong with this game.
Yeah.
Because all the other games, Ratchet and Clank has reasonable minimal specs, reasonable,
more than reasonable. I like I said, I took a look at it. I was like, oh, this looks good, man. It makes sense. All right,
y'all
so
saw Starfield though, right? With
no.
AMD. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'll present it to you. Look, I'll show you what Starfield's. Oh my god.
Thank you.
So now this is funny because it's like it's coming from AMD, so it's not necessarily coming from Bethesda, but AMD is an exclusive partner. So AMD is out here like, yeah, this is what you're gonna need, and it's a little funny because I think they're also kind of just trying to promote their own products. But let me find the window. Here it is. I'm gonna blow this up.
All right.
You see it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So look at the CPU use. The CPU they have for just 1080p for Starfield on PC. A Ryzen 5 7600.
Right. You want to break that down for people in the chat?
Go on, do it.
You want to break that down for people in the chat?
They're basically only showing like really like mostly their newest AMD stuff, like a 7900 XT. They just released that like how many months ago? RX, yes, 7600. Like this is the newest series stuff. They haven't even released the next card available for this, so that's why they have the last gen version of that. But the same thing with the CPUs as well. So this is kind of like AMD trying to convince people, if you want to play Starfield at its very best, go buy this stuff, which is likely really not even necessary, honestly.
This shit is like when these spec sheet came out, I was like, no, I need to see the real one. I didn't draw any conclusions. Because when I looked at this, I'm like, this is just a giant advert. That's all this is. This is buy our latest products.
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
Now that's it. I do think the CPU is going to be a very, very CPU bound game when it comes out. And if you got a CPU that's older than, say, maybe 3 years old, you might not have the greatest time in this game, I think.
For minimum, a Ryzen 5 is too high, so we know that's not the thing. Even with the way it is, that's way too good for a minimum experience, according to this.
Yeah, and then of course, like there's nothing from Intel here, there's nothing from NVIDIA here, because this is coming from AMD. Who pretends like when they have exclusive partners, they pretend like the technology and hardware of their competitors don't exist, which is also the reason why they force the game developers who are exclusive partners of them to not use that stuff. So you're not going to have DLSS or XESS at all when this game comes out, at least not at launch.
But you'll have FSR though.
Ooh. Yeah, you'll have trash FSR that nobody wants.
The thing is, DLSS will probably work on it. The thing is, because it's an AMD.
Well, it will be modded in by gamers. That's what.
Yeah.
But but it's not going to be there at launch because.
No. The thing is, it probably will because they're exclusively advertising it with AMD. But Bethesda themselves, when making the game, would have acknowledged and would have the foresight to understand that there were a lot of NVIDIA users to buy your game. So they would want to include...
How does that make them any different than any of the other developers that have been exclusive partners of AMD and then went without DLSS? Like Jedi Survivor.
Thing is, Bethesda are so into the PC space that I would expect them not to make a foolish mistake like that. It would be foolish if they do. But I would think they've been around long enough, they've done this long enough, that they understand the PC market. So I'd expect them to understand it, but who knows? I mean,
when that game come out in September, we're gonna revisit this. Ain't gonna be no DLSS there. People gonna be big mad, especially considering if you got like a 4000 series card, then you have access to DLSS 3, which means you have access to frame generation, and then you could kind of like make up for your CPU basically screaming for help trying to run this game and with some extra frames. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. But
hello to everyone I didn't say hi to when you hopped in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Oh my god, you guys are so great. Okay, so moving on from that. Can we get some gaming news, please? Like some real news, like outside this Activision Blizzard shit. Like there is nothing to talk about.
no.
Any gaming news? Sea of Stars is coming to Game Pass. Day one.
Okay, well, we can just move on from that. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about this relationship stuff, right? So we are, as a species, as a society, are we not some of the most bored people in the fucking world? You know? Are we not some of the most bored people in the world? Because why is this even a topic? Like, Twitter is so goddamn unserious when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna share our screen. We're gonna talk about dating. Talk about dating, guys. I would love to get some perspectives in the chat. You know, I want to hear everybody's experiences with dating because I have minimal experience with dating because no one was interested in me. So
here we go.
No one was interested in
Stop
me
it.
because I was shy and quiet and fat. All right. So anyway, we can just go on for that. But you know, I lost a bunch of weight and now people are interested and I still don't know what to do. So all right. So topic for the show. I know baby girl didn't expect this joint to blow up. So this chick here, okay, this chick here says an ice cream date as a first date in your 30s is fucking crazy, but I forgot people are okay with the bare minimum effort, right? And then, oh, shout out to Mag. Okay, let's see here. And this person here said, this guy here, he said, some women are okay with being tricked into a cheap first date as auditions to see if the man thinks they're worth a little bit more expensive date. Once you move past the ice cream date, you may make it to level 2, Chili's. And then she said, ninjas don't ask me for ice cream date, and I thank God for that, right? Let's see here. This guy, I'm assuming it's a guy, says ice cream date. This is dessert after a date. Bar is going down. And then she says, the few men I follow have sense. Exactly. You know, these people are saying ice cream date in my 30s for a first date. Ninja stay with mama or something. Oh, Lord. You know, all this stuff, right? So here's the thing. Here's my thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at this chick. Should we look at her? Should we look at her? Because I always like to I like to look at these women who have these like perspectives to see if they have like any good reason to have these perspectives. She's got a really nice body, right? This is her. This is her here. Fantastic body, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing.
The face ain't doing it for me though.
It's not doing it for anybody. But go ahead, Luke.
I'm gonna need a bag with that order. Anyway,
let's see. I mean,
it's a bit much, bro. She's look, and I'm not knocking women who like to wear makeup, but like don't like. And I saw some of her other comments talking about like other people, ugly people, and stuff like that, and I'm just like, don't be talking about calling other people ugly, and you're hiding behind a 3-inch layer of makeup, like a makeup mask. Like, come on now.
All right, so this is her Instagram. I don't think she's wearing makeup in this one, other than like maybe lipstick and foundation. Guys, I don't know anything about makeup. Okay, this is her. And then she said, did it hurt when you looked on my page and saw that you're the ugly one? It did hurt, actually. I teared up a little bit when I saw that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is her. This is her Insta. Like I said, she's got a fantastic body, right? Yeah, fantastic body.
Unfortunately, I was gonna make another joke, but it's probably too evil, so I probably won't.
I-
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Unfortunately for her, they don't sell anything that could fix that face.
Goddamn, Singer.
I
So
told
yeah,
you.
I mean,
it's
what do you guys
evil.
in the chat think? Do you think she's what do you think? She's pretty or what? What are y'all thinking? Looks like she spends half her morning on her face. She's okay. She's a 4 for that message though. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a quality BBL.
She's not bad. Let's see here. She's a caker. I know it's so dry, True Bleed. Yeah, here's my thing, right? I have no issues with chicks like who like makeup, and I don't even like to make fun of how people look or anything like that. But you always open that door when you come through with this kind of perspective in which a lot of people are like, oh, I feel this is a little bit unreasonable, right? But like I said, she's got a fantastic body. Like that's a nice body, right?
Yes.
Well, she paid for the BBL, so it's hers. Yep. I
Yep.
Well,
agree.
maybe she got it through working out,
Nah, I doubt it. I
Yeah.
saw that leg to the cheek ratio. That don't look it ain't look all that natural. that
Yeah, you
thigh
think
to
so?
cheek ratio that looked a little off.
I mean, he does
You
study
think so? I think
angles
it
a
looks
lot.
normal.
No. That looks.
BBL, yeah.
Yeah,
This is BBL, bro.
That
For real?
doesn't look right. The math ain't mathing.
Which look, I'm not knocking her for having that, but
No, she's
that's
got
it.
cellulite and everything. I don't know, guys. I think that might be normal.
Yeah, I'm a need to.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
need
I ain't going. I haven't had to agree to
My-
disagree with you on that
my
one.
my
Lisa.
my,
Yeah, that's
my,
funny.
my silicone detector's going off.
I mean, but that's it. I think that like anybody, and this is not just for her, but anybody that like who has a problem with quote unquote an ice cream date or just a cheap date, period. I have this question for them. So like, what is the purpose of a date?
To get to know the person, I'm
Right.
assuming.
Right. So like, I remember when I was a kid.
Oh, Lord.
And I didn't. Hold on now. I used to like. I would go out and like. I used to always do dinner and a movie, and that's kind of like not even really a good date. Not because it's quote unquote cheap, depending on the restaurant I would go to, but it's not because you're not really getting to know that person. 2 hours out of our time together, we gotta be quiet because we're watching a movie. And so like the purpose of taking someone out, especially on a first date, is to get to know the person, to see if this is someone you actually want to go on another date with, a second or third date or whatever, or someone you want to take home, however you want to play it. But regardless of that, like that's the purpose, is to talk. And that's kind of the reason why she has the attitude that she has, because she don't want to talk.
My face.
A lot of women, it seems today, and look, I've been married for about 14 years now, so I don't, I'm not in the dating scene, but when I see stuff like this often on Twitter, it seems like they don't want to talk. And maybe it's because the more they speak, the less value that they show they have to the person that they're dating. Like you show how uneducated you are. You show how stupid you are. You show how ignorant you are. And meanwhile, all you really want to do is just show dude the tits and ass that you got him to take you on a date in the first place.
I mean, I feel like that's making a lot of assumptions based on limited information.
I'm not talking about strictly her. I'm talking about all this kind of talk that I see from women who think like that. It's just, look at me, because I look like this, you should be spending all this money on me. And for what? Why are you worth me spending all that money? Because it's not the way you look. That's not it. So that's all I'm saying. Like you got to prove that you're worth that, and you can't prove that when we haven't even been on the first date yet.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shout out to Delta in the chat, because this is my thing, and I agree. Coffee always first. Always go for coffee. It's always the easiest one, because then you sit down, you have a coffee, and then you have a chat, and within if you hold to the conversation, everything's going along smoothly. Okay, then we could talk about, you're going on the second or third, you could talk about doing more lavish things, maybe, if you so choose. But if the first date, it's like, okay, the conversation lasts like 20 minutes and then there's nothing else to talk about. It's like, okay, I'm off. And it's like, okay, cool. I find out what you're all about. You're just all looks, no personality. Cool. I can skip. But coffee is always cheap unless you go into like Starbucks and you're ordering a mocha triple chocolate cherry on tops. I no idea what's going inside this, but it costs like $20. Unless you're doing something like that, I mean,
Yeah, I guess I don't really understand the perspective, because for me, I'm just like, if you guys don't know each other and you've been talking like for a little bit, and it's just like, okay, let's go on a date to get to know each other in person better or whatever, right? For me, I'm just like, I just don't understand why you would expect someone to spend a lot of money on you when they don't really know you.
Yeah.
And like, there's this concept of like, oh, am I worth the effort? But what makes you worth the effort? Is it just because of how you look? Like that, because that's my thing. If you I think you're right in that regard, Slomo. I think that these chicks, because they have really nice bodies and they're pretty, and they probably get definitely get a lot of attention. That is, maybe they believe that they're worth more than just simple dates because of how good they look. Which I think I understand where you're coming from now. Now that I'm sitting here and thinking about it, but I feel like that's a little bit odd, and maybe like, isn't that a little like because a lot of girls that I know, I don't know a lot of women, but like a lot of women I know would prefer to be liked because of their personality and not just because of how good they look, because I feel like it feeds into like that uh patriarchal ideals where women are only good for one thing and one thing only, and that's looking good and giving head, you know what I'm saying? So being there to exist for the man's pleasure. So it's a little odd to me. Like, I guess I
It
don't,
does
like I
kind of
said,
play into that.
I
Yeah.
don't really understand. Like, if you don't know the person, why would you spend all this money on them? I don't get it, man. Like, I really don't. And it has nothing to do with like, oh, you're broke. I'm just like, no, it's like, because I remember I had coworkers years ago, and this girl, she told me flat out, she's like, yeah, I go on Tinder and I match with these guys and we go on first dates, and the reason I go is to get free food. Like, and I know that there are girls who do that. They're just going out to get a free meal. They don't actually like the guy. They're not actually interested in any conversation. They just want someone to spend a lot of money on them so they can eat well and then move on and ghost them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I'm speaking of that because I guess I don't get it, man. Like, why would you expect someone to spend a lot of money on you when they don't know you? Like, what makes you worth the money? I guess you could say it's
I
kind
think
of
it's
weird.
I think it's probably like a tit for tat, probably, because there's probably a lot of men out there that do that.
Mhm.
But like, these are the guys that if they end up dating this guy, they're then down the road angry because he treated me like this. He treated me like a piece of meat. He treated me like a trophy. But like, he didn't respect me. He's out here cheating with other women. That kind of like mentality. But it's just like, but look how you started this entire relationship. You basically showed that all you really had to offer was your body, and that's it. And you didn't really care to get to know him, the kind of person that he was, or for him to get to know the kind of person you are, because all you wanted was, and all you cared about was the fact that he was willing to spend on you.
Yeah, it's a really interesting conversation. I wish I had some chicks in the chat to come through and discuss this, because I haven't, like, because again, I don't be going out on dates or anything like that, so I don't know. But
I do actually. The last date I went out. Actually, yeah. What you go first one coffee, second cinema, third now I'm treating you to a meal, right? Because now I know it's going somewhere. We're compatible. Personalities are fine. A lot of if there was any red flags, okay, you passed the test. There's nothing really glaring, and then it's like, okay, let's take it to the relationship level. And then that's when it's like, oh, you want to go out for a meal? How much is a nice restaurant? You spend like 100 or 200 or whatever you're gonna spend. You're like, you have a good time about it. Or you book a holiday and you go to somewhere like on the coast and you spend the weekend there. Nice stuff like that. But I've noticed a lot, because there was a program in the UK, and it was real trophy diggers. And it was actual real people, right? And you could see the mothers telling the daughters, like, right, what you need to do is look like this, do this, talk like this, smile at the dudes. You need to approach the guy sat over there who has the money. And they were telling them, you need to approach him, you need to say this, you need to smile, you need to show off your body, you need to get close to him. You need to sell yourself, essentially. And I'm like, why are you teaching people this? You're the mother of, that's your mother teaching you to be a gold digger. And it was the wildest shit ever. And people are doing this. Society's completely changed now.
Well, a lot of behavior is learned behavior, Singer. So I mean, doesn't shock me at all. You know.
Oh, so you think the mother was a gold digger, so then taught the
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like this is how you
her
go
in her
the man.
mind, she thinks she's raising her daughter right. You know, this is. What
I mean,
you do.
I think when it comes to dating, you are trying to sell yourself. You're like marketing yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing if anybody wants to buy, and then you're also you're seeing if you like the product being presented to you as well, if it fits with your lifestyle, and if it's something that you like. You know, I do think you're marketing yourself when you're dating. You know, or even making friends. You know, you're actually in so many aspects of our lives, we are marketing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we're marketing ourselves when we go to interviews for jobs. We're marketing ourselves when we go out and we meet new people. When we start dating, you know, people put their best foot forward because they want people to see the best version of themselves. It's why as time goes on, some people like, you know, they start gaining weight because it's like, well, I'm already locked in. I don't have to put in this effort anymore. That's why when people break up, they start going to the gym again. They start doing things to make themselves look better again because they're back on the market and they want to put themselves out there. So it's like, even though the mother was specifically saying, use your body to get money in order to, or use your body in order to entice men so you can have access to their money. I do think in general, dating is about marketing yourself and selling yourself to some degree.
It is, but like they were taking them down to, this is exactly what you gotta say. You will say these exact words. You will do this. You will act like this. Like going through an entire script, like start to front, this is how the entire thing's going to go. You will enter the room. You will immediately get his eyes on you. Then you work up the approach, and
it's coaching basically. They were
coaching.
And that's different than selling yourself because you're selling a lie. You're selling a version of you that's not really you, and doesn't really represent, you know, how you feel about things, your interests, things that you might actually have in common with the person that you're attempting to date. It's just.
But then they asked the daughter afterwards, after they did it, she was into it. She's like, yeah, this is, and it's like, okay,
maybe she's into it because she's never been allowed to have her own personality.
Right, that's a possibility.
Well, yeah, that is also something that happened. Maybe their parents pushed her into it when they were young.
All right, so shout out to Me Puppet, who's been a member for 29 months. Thank you so much, brother. You know,
nice.
Gregor, I hate you.
Let's see here. Yeah, I just it's shit's weird to me. Like, I guess I just don't get it because, like, again, I'm not out there. I'm not dating. The idea of dating is that shit seems like so much fucking work. I'm not gonna lie, but like, you know, I'd like to be in a relationship, but I'm just like, damn, do I feel like putting in all this effort? I don't know. I've been single for like the last 11 years. You know what I'm saying?
What I would do, Luca, is put an age, like the lower age limit, raise it up a bit because the people coming up now is.
Yeah, I always raise as I get older. I raise the age limit. I'm not like some of these people.
I certainly wouldn't want to try dating someone in like the early 20s.
Absolutely not.
Something like that.
Babies.
No, but even then, the way they're growing up now is completely different. So they got different standards, different. They get taught by TikTok how to do stuff. They follow all this stuff. And it's like, when I was growing up, we didn't have TikTok, we didn't have Instagram, we had MySpace and Bebo. Like, come on now. Like, Facebook became a thing. So, you know, you didn't have anyone to teach you. But now you can go on TikTok and it'll be like, oh, this is how to secure a man. This is how to do your makeup. This is how to wear your leggings. Particular brand of clothes. This is how to have your clothes. It's like, you get taught everything.
Yeah. It's very interesting stuff, man. I'm not going to lie. I just don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's shit's think there's a lot of weird shit going on. I see a lot of these posts and I see TikToks. I'm just like, man, what is going on? Like, what is happening here? It's just weird, dude. Like, and I'm like essentially just repeating myself, and perhaps I'm not saying anything of note because I'm repeating myself. But it's just, I guess I don't really get it. Like, me personally, I would just like to date someone who I'm attracted to and also who I have things in common with, right? I was talking to my buddy about this today, actually, because what are we talking about? He was like, bitch, do you want to be in a relationship? And I'm just like, oh yeah, for sure, man. But I can't date anybody who is too like overzealous about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very particular and specific when it comes to a lot of my viewpoints, you know?
And
So
it's good.
I
It's good
probably
that
would have to
you
date
have
somebody
that.
else, so.
It's good that you have that like kind of standard, because when people start to lower their standard just because like it's been a while since I dated someone, so let me kind of loosen up on some of these things. Those are still like ingrained in your personality and who you are. And if you date someone that's outside of that you know what you find to be acceptable just because, well, I need to date someone, or this person's just that, you know, I'm that attracted to this person. Eventually, what's going to happen as you're getting deeper into that relationship is that those things will crop up and they will become a problem to the point where you're going to eventually end up breaking up with that person or being miserable because you refuse to break up with someone that you're really not like really vibing with. So, and who wants to deal with that after months or years of getting tied up in emotions and everything and messy breakup stuff? It's just, yeah, just better to just not compromise to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I remember when I first, okay, so the pandemic happened, I lost a bunch of weight, then I had my first job, right? And one of the guys, well, I could tell one of the guys was interested in me, but he was married, so he didn't do anything.
Wow. Okay.
The other guy, there was another guy who started like a week before I left, and he asked me out. And so I was like, you know, I don't really know him, and I was considering it because I was about to leave. I'm not dating any of my like coworkers. Well, I'm still there. Like, yeah, I can't let people know my certain aspects of my personal life, right? But I considered it, but then I was like, I don't really like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not all that interested. Like, we have things in common, but his personality quirk was that he was someone who, before getting all the information, he would like jump ahead and insert himself in things and like end up looking like foolish before waiting for more information. And I was like, that's really annoying. Like, why would you do that? You know? So I had no interest in that. But so he initially asked me out, and I really like, I considered it. I was really thinking about it. I was like, okay, let me think about it, right? Because I haven't been on a date. And I was like, well, maybe I can do it for like practice or whatever, right? Because he stated like what his intentions were. But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I'm not all that interested in you. I do think you're cute, but I'm not interested, you know? And so like, we were cool, it was fine, and we moved on from that, right? And so for me, like, something I've been learning is that like I do actually have standards, and there's just certain things when it comes to like my personal views that I'm just not gonna vibe with. Like, there's this other guy, he asked me out, right? And he's homophobic, and I'm just like, I can't date anybody who has issues or is prejudiced in any way. I can't do that, you know? I can't date anyone who has different viewpoints socially and politically on topics like abortion, right? So because I am someone who's like, you know, it's their own body, they're not hurting anyone, it's whatever, right? Like, I'm very much someone who is like, I'm not a prejudiced person, I'm not racist or sexist or homophobic or transphobic or anything like that. So I can't date anyone who has those ideals. I believe in abortion or pro-choice or whatever, right? What are the other topics? I don't fucking know. Whatever other topics that exist that leftists typically take, right? But like, I'm at the same time, I'm also not someone who's like, there's this other guy who was interested in me, but he was like this white guy, and I'm bringing up his race for a reason, right? He was this white guy. He was one of those like faux activists. Hey, BLM. Out of fucking nowhere, starts talking to you. It's like, hey, girl, did you hear about that George Floyd situation? And it's just like, in the middle of work? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Why are you talking to me about this? Like,
Basically doing too much.
you're doing too much, dude. Like, okay, be an ally, that's cool, but you would just come out of nowhere and just start talking about that shit. I'm just like, get away from me, get away from me, you know? So for me, I'm just kind of like, all right, I guess we'll see what happens here. But yeah, I don't want to like, just because I've not been in a relationship, I don't want to be like desperate, because I'm not desperate, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just like, ooh, I just like, because you can tell that it's insincere, because he would say things like this as well, in which we were discussing which trains that we take or whatever, and there are certain trains in Chicago that are very sketchy. If you're ever in Chicago, do not take the red line. Do not take the red line, okay? Probably the sketchiest.
It's red for a reason.
It's bad.
It's red for blood.
Listen, if you want to be on
yours.
parts where dudes are shitting and pissing themselves and stabbing folks up, don't take the red line, right? So but there's like this other, it's the brown line. The brown line is that line that typically goes through the nicer areas, right? And so what did he say? He's like, you can tell which trains are good because there's usually white people in there. And I was just, we all stopped and like looked at him and we're just like, and then he's like, that was probably racist, right? And I'm just like, so are you assuming that black people are not in these nicer areas? And he's just like, yeah, sorry, my bad. I'm just like, okay.
yeah. So the mask fell for a moment, and then he realized, whoops, let me put that back on and pretend like I'm an ally again. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just like, I was like, sir, what did you just say? What did he just say? Like, you know, so it's like for people like that. What's up, Troyski? Like people like that, absolutely fucking not. I'm just like, no, I can't do that fake activist shit, man. It pisses me off. Like, get away from me. So anyway, I just feel like I see these newer gen chicks and stuff, and I'm like I said, they're all very beautiful, you know, in one aspect or another, right? Whether it's they have a very nice body or they're beautiful in the face, right? And so, you know, I'm sure they get a lot of attention, and maybe that helps inform how they like approach certain things and approach certain aspects based off experience, right? And then there's other girls who are not as pretty and like not as like well shaped and stuff, who also have the same mentality. And it's always weird. But there's also men who are like not physically attractive or anything, who are very like harsh when critiquing women. But it's like you look at them and you're just like, ooh, what about you, boo? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this entire thing is just so weird to me. You know, like I guess I just don't understand it. I feel like I was having a conversation with Nautical about this a month ago. And I was telling Nautical this, right? I was like, I think you should date within your league. You should be aware of your league and date within your league. And he was like, no, I'm going to go for the 10s. Each time, Luca. I mean, he said back when he was still single.
I was about to say, I was like,
back when he was still single, he said he would go for the 10s, right? Because he like the worst thing a girl can do is just say no, right? And so, you know, Nautical had the confidence to say that, you know, but for me, I'm just like, I'd probably go for someone who I think is like within my league, because I don't think I'm like super high up or anything like that myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm mostly just based off because I still need to lose like the rest of this weight. Once I lose the rest of this weight, though, I'm gonna be so fucking okay. Anyway, but what I'm saying is like, ooh, but will I? Okay, I don't know. But anyway, so moving on from that. But yeah, so it's just like one of those things where it's like, I just don't know what's going on with these new generation girls. And I hate God, okay, boomer. I hate to sound like a fucking old head or whatever, because I'm not that old. I'm only 30, right? Even though people think 30 is.
Oh, you're old.
Well, that's fine too, because I don't care. But it's like, I just think like this new age stuff is like so odd to me. Like it just doesn't make any sense. You know, I guess I just don't really understand any of this stuff, to be honest. So
it's gonna get even worse as well. Like it's not gonna get better. Like it's gonna spiral down because now it's off topic, but it's something that's happening in the UK right now. Like you can't discipline your kids. Teachers aren't allowed to shout at you or discipline you in class. So now all these kids growing up, they no rules, no discipline, and now you're gonna throw them into the dating scene. Oh, it's gonna be all kinds of fucked up, and it's just gonna get worse and worse. And I am like, okay, the clock's ticking now because you know you want to be married because if you're trying to get in like the next like 20 years, it's gonna be horrible. Don't even want to think about it.
I think Luca, I guess I kind of lean towards Nautical's point of view on that. I'm not saying like go for the
Very
tens just
attractive man.
because they're tens, but like
Wait, Slow-mo. You're very attractive. I think tens are within your league. So
I'm not talking specifically for me. I'm just saying, just like
okay.
in general, I don't think you should like not go for that. What I'm saying is that like if you keep to what you want out of someone and that's it, and you don't compromise that just because someone looks a certain way, a lot of those tens that are like superficial, not if they don't fit the criteria, then just like a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or whatever, you just exclude them and don't consider them. And so like what I would say is don't dismiss someone or like look past someone simply because of a status or a look, because that might actually be the person for you, you know.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. I get what you're saying, right? Let's see here.
And I have a red flag. I told you about this before. This is like my last ex before I got married. She was white. She wasn't racist, but her mother was. And that wasn't the problem for me, that her mother was racist. The problem for me is that she did not stand up to her mother. And that was her issue. And I was like, well,
yeah, you can't be with her.
I can't be with you if you can't stand up to your mother and this things, because like it came out. I thought her mother was cool with me. She was, every time I came over, she would fix all kinds of food. She's
like, let me go ahead and feed this. Okay.
Right. She was. I thought her father had a problem with me, but he was just quiet. But I thought she was cool. We had a bad argument and broke up for 2 days. And we got back together. But when we got back together, she told her mother about the breakup in between those 2 days. That's when her mother was like, oh, thank you. I do not like him. I mean, he's okay. He's all right. But I don't want mixed I don't want mixed babies. And I was just like, the shock on I could not believe she said that. And then I was like, damn, so how bad did you go off on your mother for saying that? And she was just like, oh, I didn't say anything at all. She actually doesn't know we got back together. I was like,
yeah, because like you really do have to think about like, ooh, I don't want my kids growing up in that kind of environment where like the grandparents could be like saying some crazy shit, putting these like ideas in their head,
treating them differently than their other grandkids. Like,
yeah, it's one of those things where you really do have like, that's why for me, I'm just like big. But it's not even just the white people, it's Latinos as well, Asians, us being black. Oh Lord, they all hate us. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to be really mindful about all that stuff too. So
I've dated some really nice black girls though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it like it depends. Like it just depends who you meet. Yeah, anyone and everyone can be an asshole.
That's true.
That's the rule of life. So you just gotta roll with it. It's some people are gonna be good, some people are gonna be assholes. It is what it is.
Oof. Med said, I had this girl I was ready to propose to, had a mother who hated me because I was Hispanic. This shit is spooky, dude. Yeah, you definitely listen, because even for me, here's the thing. People do really like me. I have a very nice personality. I'm very friendly. I'm super cute, like like cute as in like short, petite, and all that stuff. And so people like me, but here's the thing, right? I'm one of the good blacks, you know what I'm saying? Because of how I speak, the fact that I'm light skinned, the fact that my hair is real, that kind of thing, right? Like, and these are all things I've heard from white people, right?
Right.
So it's just like, I've heard, you're not like those other monkeys over there, like shit like that, man. So for me, dating someone of another ethnicity, I would have to also account for that, because it's like their parents could end up loving me as a person, but still be sketchy and racist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't fucking know, dude.
And I didn't find the parents by themselves to be a deal breaker. It's how your significant other reacts to that. Because, and just like in the dating phase, if you can't stand up to your parents and the messed up stuff they say or do or think, then I already know as this continues further, it's just going to get worse as things get deeper or whatever. So it's just, It's a big red flag.
Singer loves the chocolate. Chocolate.
Actually, I like the white chocolate, the dark chocolate, the caramel. I mean, you know,
He's like
you,
women. That's what I like. Shout
Yeah.
out to Stone has been a member for 10 months saying Luca's speaking
Ain't
facts
nothing
on how
wrong with
awesome
that.
she is. Ooh, you're awesome too, boo. You already know. But yeah, so it's just like really interesting seeing like these. I wish I could get like some younger girls on here so I could hear their perspectives on like all this dating stuff. Because I'm genuine. Like there's not a lot of girls
In this community.
I mean, there's a lot of girls in this community, but there's not a lot of girls who I think would feel comfortable coming on here to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And also, a lot of the girls I talk to in this community are in my age range or a little bit older. So, like, the only ones I can think of, Sophie, who's been extremely busy lately, and then Autumn. Those are the only two I can think of who are younger than me. So
Yeah, you. Wait, no. I guess those new ages don't really. I mean, they are only on Twitter and Space.
the new ages.
Yeah.
Name me a new age who doesn't get on my nerves, slow-mo.
All right, we'll move on now.
Okay, exactly. Like, goddamn, dude. Cassie's in my age range. She's about to be 30. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, we're all really
I
close.
thought Cassie was younger. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, no,
Slow-mo's the odd one out because most of the rest are all in our 30s now.
Wait a
Or
minute.
30.
Rest of who?
Singer, how old are you?
I'm 33. I'm not that far off Luca.
Damn. All right. I thought Singer was. I thought Singer was older
No.
than me. Legit thought he was either
What?
my age
Real?
or older. Yeah.
Old
Why?
man, you need to have a nap, my guy. Someone's wheeling back into the old people's home.
Yeah,
Come on.
guys in the chat, let me know how old you guys are in the chat because I have older people listening to me.
Yeah, see,
or
Imam
people in my age range and older. So
Iman is my age range. Meds is my age range. Like,
Brian, I thought you were younger. I'm gonna keep it real with you, buddy. That's what working out does for you. It makes you look younger. Depending. Let's see here. Oh, Geekhead is a youngin.
Kid says 65. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's like early 20s, late teens, I think, something like that. Dread, you're 22. Okay, you're still young, so that makes sense. All right, so let me look at these ages. 31, 37, 33, 38, 33, 44, 29, 22, 29, 32, 26, 40, 34, 35, 35, 35, 33, 43, 35, 26. Psycho is 37 or 38, I think. 40, 44, 58. Oh, what's up, Dave? How's it going? Meds is 32. Let's see here. 39, 42, 55, 36. So yeah, within like only a couple of young people in the chat, but mostly older, which makes sense because there's a lot of older people in the community.
mhm.
Older in my age range. 30 to 40 range. Some people who are over 50. 50, 37. Just turned 29 on Thursday. Oh, happy birthday! Love that.
Wow, me and
37.
Stone are the same age. That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's 33 as well.
nice.
Damn.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc? How's it going? Yeah, so it's if we can just get some women on here, that would be fantastic. Because there are some new age chicks in this community, but I'll never forget this one experience I had. Oh, she pissed me off so bad. I was so mad because
I know you're talking about.
I know. Listen, I hopped in the space because they were acting like goofballs, right? Because they were trying to expose somebody for being white using the N-word. Dude was clearly white. Like, I don't even know why they wasted their time. But they were using all these stereotypes like, do you like fried chickens? Do you like eating watermelon? Like all this nonsense to like prove his blackness, like, or name 5 black sitcoms, that kind of thing. And it started to get on my nerves because I'm like, dude, using the N-word is very serious and you guys are treating this like a joke, right? So I hopped in there. These people don't know me. They didn't know me, right? And I was just like, are you guys like going to be serious or is this just a joke? And then they like tried to hop on me, tried to gang up on me. And then like this girl, she was all like, well, why are you even in here? You can't even speak on this topic. I'm like, why not? And she was like, because you're white. I'm like, I'm not white. So this is what I'm talking about. You guys made an assumption based on how my voice sounds, but I'm not white. There's pictures of me online. I do a show with my camera on. I'm not white. I'm black. So what's up? What's up? And then because I wouldn't use the N-word either, like, you know, you guys know I substitute the N-word with ninja and stuff because I don't like using the N-word. I didn't use the N-word. They're like, oh, you're not going to use the N-word? And then I said it a bunch of times in quick succession because I'm like, I can say the N-word. I'm fucking black. But anyway, no one should be saying the N-word, right? So, like, ever since that experience, these younger girls, like, you know, I know it's not fair to the rest of them. Not that they even know who I am, but like, I just be avoiding women like the plague on social media unless I already know them. Not only that, all the fucking catfish that we get. I have this chick in my DMs right now saying, oh, hey, Luca, all this stuff. I'm like, girl, I'm not responding to you. I'm not responding to you. You could be a catfish. I don't fucking know. These catfish are evolved, okay? Marlis had a video of herself with her name, her handle on it, so that the fake Sophie, wait, it was Sophie, right? Her name was Sophie, the blonde chick.
I don't remember.
I don't
There's
fucking
so
remember.
many catfish. I can't even.
So many
keep up.
goddamn catfish. She also had like a video of herself with her brother. Ever since, so I need to hear you in a space. I gotta hear you in a space. A bunch of times.
Can you use voice changers to like?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. But I think it's pretty obvious when someone's using a voice changer. So
some of the AI ones are really good, so watch out for that because they can be really convincing.
I watched this Twitch streamer. It's a girl, and she's really good at Call of Duty, but she likes to troll in the Warzone and DMZ, and she's got a voice changer that makes her sound like a black dude, and she's like she's like a Hispanic girl, and it's just like no one says that voice changer. No one knows it's that good. So it's just they don't allow out here, man. You can never tell.
Yeah, here you go, Stone. If you could just let me know if this is actually a chick or not, I'd really appreciate it because I have been avoiding like the plague. Thank you very much. Anyway,
yes, that's who it is, Amon.
Do I have to come out of detective retirement? Yes, thank you. Okay. So many of my friends that use dating apps have been catfish. Like, yeah, dude, shit's fucking spooky, man. Anyway,
there's a lot of dodgy stuff going on in dating apps now.
Yeah, I don't even want to use them, dude. I'm like, not.
Like, I actually have a funny story. It's never happened to me. But shout out to Tinder, right? Hot looking girl. So my boys, you know, I nailed one. See you later. So he goes off. This was, you know, goes off. And then he comes back, not like 3 hours later. And basically, she had a bigger thing than he did.
Lord,
what?
She had a bigger dick, okay?
Yes, okay. She had a bigger dick than he did. And I was like, hey, I understand why you came back real quick. You thought you were going to hit. It was a really pretty picture and everything.
Dang, Stone found that out pretty fast.
Damn.
Yeah, I need you to explain that racist part.
Don't need to be on that catfish TV.
She does. she's so impressive. Wait a second. I'll never forget, man. I remember All Day sent me this video. This was years ago, right? He's like, oh, fuck, Luca. I'm so angry. I'm like, because of what, right? So he sent me this video of this chick in a bath, right? Beautiful chick, nice chest, very beautiful face. All that shit, right? He's like, I'm so angry right now. I'm like, all right. So I look at the video. I'm watching the video. I'm waiting to see what the issue is. She stands up and she's just got this huge schlong. I'm just like, oh, she got you, huh? You were like, oh, she's super fine. And then she pulled that out. Is that it? He's like, yeah. I'm just like, damn, sucks to suck, man. I don't know what
it does happen because you think, as he said, it's like, you know, I think everything's going well. You know, you're getting comfortable. Soon as stuff starts to get close, start taking off, you're like, okay, I'm out. Bye. There's no way. And you have to be careful now. You will get catfished.
It's pretty interesting how often we see new faces in the gaming community, and it turns out like the people are really like someone on a new account who got basically excommunicated out of the community for saying something wild or doing something they shouldn't have done, or catfishing, as some people do. I think it's funny how often they come back under a new name.
Shout out
But
to
they
Akira.
they can't help themselves,
Yeah, shout out to Akira. Anyway, we can move on from that. Yeah.
Right.
Here's the thing, right? There's no thing. But yeah, so my thing is, damn, what was our original topic?
Yo, we've been off that like for about a
Yeah.
good 15 minutes.
Slomo,
Yeah.
you wanna tell them about the time that your boy drove out to see a girl and then came back immediately, but he never told you what the issue was?
Oh, he told me. All right, so look, all right, so I'm in college. This is my roommate. I'm in college, and he was kind of like a he's a guy that he wasn't like a hideous dude or anything, but he was just real insecure, and he was really way too over aggressive and too girls found him creepy, basically. So
Oh, yeah.
he meets this girl online, and this is like back in like 2003, 2004. So like this is like not like no one is up on things the way they are now. But like he met this girl online, they exchanged photos and whatnot. Everything is good. He's like, yeah, I'm driving out to Ohio, and I'm like, where you going to Ohio this weekend? He's like, yeah, I'm driving up there this weekend. I can't wait to meet her. It's great. He showed me a picture of her. She looked cute. I was like, all right, man. Good luck out there. I'm happy because I'm like, I got the apartment to myself. I ain't got, I can just do whatever. So he leaves. Like soon as he got done with his classes that Friday, he left. He's gone. I wake up Saturday morning, doors are slamming, and I'm just like, I'm thinking my roommate is gone. Who is this in my apartment? So I get up like fast, run out my room, like, the fuck is going on? It's him. He's back already. And I'm just like, yo, what are you doing here? And he's just like, I don't want to talk about it. Goes into his room, slams his door. And I'm just like, yo, I'm so confused. All right, whatever. I go back to sleep. I get up. I'm playing ball with some friends on the weekend. I come back. This dude still ain't come out of his room. Now I'm starting to get concerned, right? So I'm just like, not going to say, hey, yo, you want to tell me what's going on, man? Like, what's happening with you? I ain't trying to talk right now. I get like, he sounded like he was crying or something. I'm like, let me leave this dude alone. So I go out to eat. I come back. He's sitting in our living room area. I'm like, dude, what happened? Please just tell me what happened. He drove 8 hours to Ohio. Shows up. He had flowers in hand and everything.
Oh, no.
She opened the door, looked at him, and was like, oh, hell no. And slammed the door in his face. He drove 8 hours to get the door slammed in his face.
I mean, did he not, did you ever ask him if he showed her a picture or what?
I sat there and listened, right? And I was just like, damn, really? Like, again, the concept of catfishing didn't exist then. So it didn't occur to me what he had done. And so I was just like, so, I mean, you had her picture, you showed her your picture, right? And he said, yeah. And I was like, you showed her your picture. Yeah. I'm like, this don't sound right though. Like, if she knew what you looked like, why, when you showed up, would she react like that? Well, I mean, it wasn't. I showed her a picture, but it wasn't necessarily me. But we've been talking for so long. I thought when she saw me, it wouldn't matter. I was just like, bro, of course it matters. That's why you didn't show your picture, bro. And then he was like, well, you taking her side? I'm like, look, I ain't saying she should have reacted the way she did, but like, come on, man. Come on, bro. So he was upset. Understood, because he drove 8 hours there to get the door slammed in his face, then drove 8 hours back.
You gotta be a fucking idiot to drive out 8 hours and they don't even know what you look like. Are you dumb? Is he dumb? What a fucking idiot.
He think he's a smart guy, not smart in those areas. You know
I'm
how
telling
like
you
there's some
can be
people
smart
who just,
academically and dumb socially. There's plenty of people like that.
Right. I just like, wow, I just couldn't believe that like he actually did that and went out there and good grief. Like, I just told him, like, look, man, we're going to get drunk tonight. Don't worry about it. But, like, it
That's
was.
so embarrassing for him.
Thing is, like,
Yeah.
back then I understand it because catfishing wasn't known as what it is now. Whereas, obviously, like, most of the people I associated with or went to school with, because in, like, 2003, you know, I was still in high school. And you know, everyone had their pictures. Everyone knew what who looked like. So when you're, you know, hooking up with a girl, everyone knows. You know, it's all good. But then obviously now it's different. Now, unfortunately, he did all that just for that. But that's on you because
Yeah, it's definitely on him. Like, he took that risk. He took that risk. He drove out there knowing that she didn't really know what he looked like. And no matter what she said to him in their conversations on AOL Instant Messenger, because that's what we was using back then.
Oh, that was legendary. Shout out to AOL Messenger.
right.
But no, if you never used AOL Messenger or MSN Messenger, you missed out on some of the best comedy ever.
My flirt game was legendary back then on AOL. Anyway, look, no matter what she said to him, what she was picturing in her mind was what the picture was when she was talking to him. It's just like it completely upends all of that when you show up and you don't look like the dude that you sent the picture. It's just like, come on, bro.
Yeah, here's my thing, right? So Doc was like, you know, he's not dumb, Luca, he's lonely. And I'm just like, here's the issue, right?
True.
When you choose to catfish, this concept of like, well, because they got to know me, maybe they'll like my personality. You can't start a relationship based on a lie. It's very deceitful, it's insidious, it's ugly, and it also makes them think like, well, what else would you be lying about? Plus, I've also been catfished, so I have a personal thing in it. I don't like that shit. It fucking sucks. And like, attraction does matter, you know? Like, people can get on you all they want about it, but like, you have to be attracted to the person that you're dating, or you'll get situations. There's like this video, and it was like this guy and this girl, and they were like, oh, how'd you guys get together? And she was like, oh, he's been asking me out for a couple of years, but I kept saying no because I wasn't interested. And then eventually she became interested. But like, when they asked her, like, oh, can you say something nice about him? She was like, he's nice. Yeah. He treats me well. You know, I definitely wasn't interested because of the like, and because of the looks. And I was just like, girl, what? I mean, and I think that's fair, but it's also like, why are you with someone you're not attracted to? I don't understand, you know?
Like, how did that even start if you weren't attracted to him from the very beginning? So it's just like, when did you decide to start dating this person? Because usually, and I remember last time Nalico was on, we had this conversation about like how it all usually starts with some kind of physical attraction. That's the reason why you even like start to even think to consider that person someone you want to date. But to even get there, like, you got to have some kind of like attraction to them and someone. If you got zero of that, like, how did that even start? Like, what were you considering? Real curious.
So Doc's like, what do you think about people who edit their photos online? I think it depends on how much you edit them. Because if you edit it to a point where you don't look like like who's in your picture, then yeah, that's pretty bad, man. Especially with how AI is right now. Oh Lord,
it's like bad. No different than that 3 pounds of makeup I was talking about earlier. Like 3 inches of makeup on your face is like, come on, that's a different person.
When like people put filters on their pictures, it's like how much, because sometimes you get caught out by, you look at someone with the correct filter on, and then you look at them without the filter on, and you're like, I notice the difference. Some of those filters do extra work.
Yeah,
I will say those Instagram filters.
Singer's white. Yeah, we're talking about like not the women who are there for money. That's a whole nother like subject. So any relationship that has a power imbalance is doomed. That's so true. You're so right. because even let's say for instance, this is why I said date within your league, what you perceive is your league, because there's been instances in which a guy or a girl will get with someone who's more like conventionally considered more attractive than them, and they self-sabotage because they're so insecure. I'm sure you've heard about stuff like that, Slow.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that. Yeah,
So
which makes it like they're really insecure to think everyone is. Well, the thing is, everyone is kind of going after. If you're dating someone that's super hot, you're gonna have to understand that like you're gonna get people trying to holler at them when you're not around. You're gonna have to deal with actually having to trust that person to not take opportunities that they could take. And it is what it is. But like,
it's
if
also
you're
like
insecure, you should probably just not date that person.
you also got to deal with people being like, oh, you two are together. Because there's I actually have an example. There's this couple on TikTok, and it's this chick. Her husband is like, he's super buff, super like considered conventionally attractive by like European standards, right? And like she's obese, right? And so people are always on her like, how did you guys get together? Did you get fat during your relationship? And he loves you, so he's staying with you. Were you fat before the relationship started? All that stuff, right? And she's like she has to deal with people questioning and saying that she's not worthy of being in a relationship with him because she's obese, essentially, right? So that you like, but I mean, they're fine because they're married and stuff, but like, people would have to deal with stuff like that. There's another instance of a TikTok couple, and the guy, it turns out he has a bunch of health issues, which is why he looks the way he looks. But his wife,
I know you're talking about.
yeah, his wife is considered conventionally attractive, right? And he's not because of his like health issues. So people, because he's not good looking, were so cruel, just so cruel.
I saw that on Twitter.
It was really ugly.
It
really upset me because I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, clearly they're in a relationship. She loves him. He loves her. Like, the only issue is because you fucking strangers on the internet don't think they match well. This concept of just because someone is unattractive, gives you the right to fucking talk about how they look and be mean about them when they've done nothing wrong. I don't know, dude. I don't like shit like that. It's very ugly.
Yeah. I mean, anyone can land with anyone if the chemistry's there. I mean, you could say, oh, I'm a 6, but the girl I bagged last night was a 10. It's like, it just happened. But then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm dating someone that was... But then some people it's insecure if they have like a really hot girl or a really hot dude. But then some people just, I don't know, it's really weird how some people think two people shouldn't be together because there's a distinct difference. It's crazy.
I think it's similar to how you'll see people where certain demographics going after other demographics for dating outside of their race and stuff like that too, where you'll
I've seen that.
Like, why? Oh, look, and I think the more attractive the person is, the more the ire like grows if they date someone that isn't like in their same race. It gets even worse. Yeah,
for sure, 100%. Not to talk about. I don't want to talk about the. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I found out some really disgusting things about Adam 22 and his wife Lena. So, fuck them. But I was listening to Abba and preach, and Abba said that he thinks that if Lena had slept with a guy, like just a white guy, like a normal looking white guy, then people wouldn't be on Adam's neck so hardcore because of the whole concept of the BBC and Jack Hammer, right? That's his name, Jack the Hammer, something like that.
She got hammered.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something. I'm asking Singer because I thought he knew, but
I mean, it's something. I just know.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, something like he looks like he's like 6'5" or some shit, super chiseled. And he's got a BBC, right? So people were like, really, Abba was like, yeah. So because of that, I think people are extra on his neck about it. But I have a counterpoint, right? Which I definitely think that is the case. Like, oh, how could you let a BBC be in your wife or whatever, right? But counterpoint, people are on Sneeko's ass, and we don't even know what the dude who fucked his girl looks like. So,
on who?
Jason Love. Okay, where did we get the fucking hammer from? The hell? All right, thank you, Jason Love.
Probably because of the video. People coined the hammer term.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, after what you showed me of the stuff that he said, yeah,
He's a sick fuck.
screw that
dude.
guy.
Him and his girl. Sick fucks, dude. Fuck them, honestly speaking. Oh, I did actually, before I found out about that, I did watch the video, the Jason Love and Lena the Plug video for free, because it was on there. First of all, mid-tacular. Trash. Okay. And let me tell you why. Because I had watched the podcast. Well, I watched a clip from the podcast where she was like, yeah, I was sore for 3 to 4 days after, right? So I went in watching knowing that she was sore afterwards. And I was just like, man, that looked like it fucking hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like she was wincing. She was struggling to keep it in, get it in. I mean, like Jason was being very sweet and, you know, they were doing missionary. He was going down on her. He was doing the best he could in order to like make things comfortable for her. She was on top, you know, all that stuff. Right. But it just looked so painful that it was extremely unappealing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, that looks rough, you know, and especially knowing again that she was sore afterwards. Now, I said this on Twitter. I said she should have had a couple of practice runs in with Jason before filming it on camera, so she could have gotten used to it. So give people what they want, right? But no, just the first time you have a different dick in you in years, you do it on camera. You do it on camera. You know what I'm saying? So it was trash video. I would give it a 5 out of 10.
It actually was bad because of that. Like, I mean, sure, probably it's a kink for someone, a girl getting impaled. But I mean, you know, it's. I watched the video and I was like, it's not really all that. Like, really, this is the video you got from it. Of course, she got tore a new one, but that's to be expected. I mean, did you see the weapons involved? Come on now.
Yeah. Oh Lord. It just looked like it really hurt, man. I was like, damn.
And that also brings it back to last week when we were talking about the porn star thing in this particular situation. And people with like something that big, it's really hard to date a girl because lots of them will just go, absolutely not, fuck no. And that's the end of that. Like, you know, because it's ridiculously sized.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do, I guess.
Drew says they made a lot of money off it, though. Yeah, that's a good point. Damn. A Sony Showcase score? I think the Showcase got a higher score for me than that. Wait, actually, did it? I can't remember.
Actually, no. The Sony show for me, the Showcase scored lower. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I would give it a mid out of 10. Basically, it was trash. So maybe I'm thinking about Jack Hammer because of Jack Hanma, and Jack Hammer is his nickname from Baki. I think that might be what it is, right? Anyway. Yeah, the memes are very funny, though. They are very funny. So yeah, they're a very sick couple, sick individual, and it's not for the cucking, it's for something else, right? So moving on from that. So yeah, basically, Autumn, how old are you? Like 26 or something? Would you go on an ice cream first date? You're a Gen Zer, right? Shout out to RWK88 saying mid. Yes, super mid. 26 going on 27. Is that Gen Z still, or is that? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It's the gen before us, right?
Oh, millennial. You're a millennial, Autumn. My bad, girl. Wait, what year? I found out Hard 8 is a millennial. I was shocked. I was like, really?
Yeah.
For real? I thought for sure he was a Gen Xer, but like older millennials versus younger millennials are just different, you know?
Actually, no, because millennial is what? What's the age range?
I'm looking it up right now. So it is between. Oh shit. Okay, so they're currently between 25 and 40. My bad, Autumn. Shit. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Anyone below 25.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, you're an older millennial, Brian. I'm a mid. And we're mid. Younger? Mid? Yeah, about mid.
Actually, I'm more
you're middle,
mid.
And I'm younger. Mid. I'm a younger millennial. You're a mid millennial, so You would get an ice cream with a dude. Well, we're both millennials, so that makes sense. I need some Gen Z girls in my fucking chat, but perhaps I don't appeal to that, right?
Yeah, Delta, we're mid. We are absolutely mid.
Yeah, it's all.
You know that, right?
Is it considered simping in general or just online? Because the online stuff doesn't really matter. Is we'll go done with the CMA. Do they been the need for Microsoft? Possibly, quite possibly. Ice cream for first date is cute, and you can have a conversation with them. Find out if they can even have a conversation. Yeah. Stone, any guy who would date you would be super lucky because you are, as long as you have a good sense of humor, and he's attractive, it's all Gucci, and like a good person and stuff. We're just old ladies being born in 1990 to 1999. Those people saying that that we're super old, that shit is so goddamn funny to me. So, okay, so Pop Crave posted the top 10 worst states to live in according to a CNBC study. The first one is Texas. Number 2 is Oklahoma. 3 is Louisiana. 4 is South Carolina / Alabama. It's a tie. 5 is Missouri. 6 is Indiana. 7 is Tennessee. 8 is Arkansas, and 9 is Florida. Now I looked at all those states listed, and I said that makes perfect fucking sense to me. I wouldn't want to go to any of those fucking states. I've been to Texas. Texas is fine, but you couldn't catch
the
me.
worst states to do what?
The worst states to live and work in.
Oh yeah, that kind of tracks.
Yeah, you couldn't catch me in fucking Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. If that rings a bell for anybody, absolutely fucking not. Couldn't catch me in Louisiana. You definitely can't catch me in South Carolina or Alabama. Absolutely not. Missouri. Where the fuck is Missouri? Indiana. I've been to Indiana. It's fine. But Tennessee, I've been to Tennessee. Like the bugs were huge. So that was pretty scary. I've never been to Arkansas, and you wouldn't catch me there in Arkansas. And of course I've been to Florida, but so.
Damn.
Yeah.
I learned something new. Stay away from all these states. Okay.
Like, could not catch me in Alabama or South Carolina or Mississippi or Missouri. You also couldn't catch me in Southern Illinois because that's super racist too. Absolutely fucking not.
I just went to South Carolina for vacation last month, but we were in Myrtle Beach, so it was a little bit different than.
Actually, my experience would be different because, well, I'm white. So these states, like the racist issues, wouldn't affect me. Unless they really just hate the fact I'm from the UK. I mean, that is a thing. So, I mean, that could be a thing. But,
Yeah, are you from Arkansas? My bad, RWK. I'm not going anywhere in the South. That's all. I've heard some, but that includes Southern Illinois. I'm not going anywhere in Southern Illinois. That shit is spooky, man. Absolutely fucking not. And there's no, just no. Oh, and there's certain areas of New York too that are spooky. I've heard. Arcane had trouble recruiting devs because they said people didn't want to move to conservative Texas. Well,
Gregor,
don't serve spotted dick in Texas.
Hey, Gregor, I'm gonna bring spotted dick to Texas, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Let's see here.
They don't serve spotted dick, but they do serve drag a Negro.
Lord have mercy.
They serve that in Texas.
Depending on what part of Texas you're in.
They serve shoot your kids in the face because you told me to turn down my music and stop shooting my gun at 3 a.m. They serve that in Texas.
Lord, Phil's from Louisiana.
Trash
Louisiana
ass
is the
state.
worst.
Yes, I said it. Texas sucks.
Oh Lord. Autumn's in Southern Illinois. Oh. Metrotron says South Carolina is definitely racist. Austin. Yeah, Austin isn't. Austin's like one of the most liberal cities in Texas, I believe. Dylan Roof? Who the fuck is that?
Dylan Roof? That's the crazy racist kid that shot up the church in South Carolina. The black church.
Yikes. Okay. Really?
He surprisingly was arrested with no violence.
Oh, well, You know they do there. You know
After
they do.
murdering an entire church full of people.
I am surprised at Stowe. I was expecting a comment like that from Gregor, but what's that supposed to mean? I mean, I come to
I'm
America,
sorry
I'm gonna
for
bring.
I be avoiding. I'm avoiding all the southern states, my boy. I'm sorry. I'm not going to any of them.
If I'm coming to America, I'm bringing some spotted dick with me.
You shouldn't. You should. Yeah.
I could sell that at the back of my Tracer or whatever American cars are these days. You know.
Okay.
Someone will eat it. Oh wait, Stone. The thing is, we're talking about two different things, right?
Girl, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying to me right now in my chat? But shout out to Sir X-Man has been a member for 31 months saying, hello, magnificent Luca, what's up? You're way more likely to be shot in Chicago. I don't live in the fucking hood. Let's start there. All right. Okay. I'm a suburbanite. Obviously, clearly I'm a fucking suburbanite. So I avoid parts of Chicago too. So I'm not trying to get shot. I'm not trying to deal with any gang activity, and I'm not trying to deal with any fucking racists. So, you know, me and my friend, literally, we went to oh Lord have mercy, went to the American Girl doll store today because he wanted to pick up a new doll for his collection, and we took the long fucking way because he's like, we're not driving through the hood, we're not driving through the ghetto, girl, it's just not happening. I'm like, oh Lord. I mean, understandable, but still, you know what I'm saying, in that car for fucking hours. So, you know, the crime rate has fallen for sure. Has it fallen? I thought it went up. Let me look up the Chicago crime rate. Let's see here. I'm looking at the first of all, South Side. Yep, definitely avoid there. I have not been to any of these goddamn. I'm looking at the top 10 most dangerous parts of Chicago. Not been to any of them. So let's see here. I'm gonna look up, is the crime rate up in Chicago? Let's see here. Chicago crime spikes in 2022, but first drop in murders since pandemic. Okay, so crime is up, but murder's out. That's good.
Small victories.
Yes. Okay, so let's see here. Chicago failed to find itself among the top 10 in the recent analysis of the most dangerous cities in the United States, but crime still tops the list of concerns facing voters according to recent poll. Well, yeah, that makes sense. And the crazy thing is, what is it? There's this, what is it called? Chicago redlining, like, and Section 8 housing. Like, there's so much that goes into it, and it's fucking racism. Okay, it's fucking racism. So, like, do you know how difficult it is to this concept to pull yourself from the bootstraps if you are already in a situation where you're not given the resources that you need in order to be successful? And then it's like you got to worry about putting food on your table. Like, I've been watching these videos about like people who live in poverty and people who are homeless and how hard they work and how they're getting paid like nothing. Just nothing, you know? And it's just it's so sad. It's just like, bro, like, what the fuck, man? Because it's like there's this concept and idea of like people who are homeless and people who are impoverished. Is that the word? Is it impoverished?
Yeah.
Yeah, people who are impoverished, like, oh, they're just lazy. You're homeless because you're on drugs and all this extra shit. But like, the reality is, like, a lot of people lost their fucking houses during the pandemic, dude, because they couldn't keep up with the fucking payments, man. You know, in some instances. Shout out to me, Papa, saying they cannot drive they definitely can't drive in Chicago. That's a fucking fact. You are right. Oh my goodness. First of all, the streets are too small, too narrow. Secondly, they're just angry. They're just angry and mean, and they will fucking hit you with your car. So they definitely can't drive in Chicago. I agree. If Singer comes to America, try the American biscuits and gravy. Ooh, okay. Yeah, they definitely can't.
That sounds like a bad time, but I'll give it a try.
It would definitely fuck your stomach up, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that I've seen biscuits and gravy, and it looks like a bad time.
So yeah. So yeah, I just feel. How did we even get to? Oh yeah, because we were talking about states. Oh yeah, I brought up states. Yeah, so Yeah, you couldn't catch me in any of these southern states. Absolutely fucking not. Again, you couldn't catch me in southern Illinois. Absolutely fucking not. You couldn't catch me in certain areas of Illinois. Absolutely fucking not, because of the violence. No, I'm good. Like, I know, again, I am a fucking suburbanite. I know I'm a suburbanite. You know. Oh, I do want to talk about this YouTube or this TikToker. So essentially, she went on like this tirade, and she was calling white people stinky, evil bleach demons,
Wow.
right? But the
Wow.
plot, okay, but the thing of it is, her boyfriend's white.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why am
So-
I so shocked?
It was a hilarious video. The hypocrisy of everything she was saying.
And you know what? There is a look to these black chicks who do date. Like, don't get me wrong, I date white guys too. But there is a certain look to certain black chicks who date white guys. It's like the fucking nose ring, it's the piercings, dude. I don't know, man. But it's the ones who are like super fuck white people, but like literally fuck white people. Because like I said, she's you know.
That's what we did there.
So I will show you. Don't get me wrong, I have fucked this. Okay, let's just go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up so we can watch it together.
Damn, I'm a bleach
Right.
demon.
So this chick
Really?
says,
This isn't like full shade towards you. I just see a lot of comments like this, and this was the most recent one, so I'm just responding to this one. When white people say shit like this, it isn't the serve they think it is. Like, you're a part of the problem, fix your people.
Yeah.
Validation from white people. Like, that's the last thing I need in my life.
What'd she say?
From white people. Don't need validation from white people. Like, that's the last thing I need in my life. Like, I feel like white people always try, but they miss. Like, and I feel bad for y'all. Not that bad, though, because your ancestors suck and you're stinky and evil. But bad enough where I want to call you out and tell you not to leave comments like this because it's crusty. Anyways, for all the bleach demons willing to learn, I see you.
Yeah, so, and then, like I said, same chick. This is her boyfriend. So,
is this like her current, or did she make this rant after breaking up with this guy or something?
I don't know, actually.
That's
I don't
so
know.
weird.
I should look that into it. But here's my thing, right? Just like I don't like those fucking fake liberal white people who do too much or whatever. I don't like black people who are it's like dear white people, you know? I mean, it makes sense that the main character, she's biracial and her dad's white, so it makes sense. Like, you're typically you go for what you're around, right? But like, she's all like pro black and shit, but like makes no mention of the fact that she's got a white boyfriend, which is where the issue lies, right? Like, it's the choosing to omit that detail that's the problem. But like, this chick, she's so vitriolic towards white people, but her boyfriend's white, so he's probably one of those weirdo cucks. I'm making assumptions here, but I am assuming, based on what she said, that either she's fronting for the internet, or he's one of those weirdos who's like, yeah, fuck white people, I hate being white, that kind of thing. You're a fucking weirdo if you think like that, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree. Nothing wrong with being white.
Yeah. Those fake liberal people out there heavy in Cali, yeah, I believe that for sure. Just nasty personalities. It was like she wants to be a racist but not willing to be full racist. Like, yeah, it's like, dude, like, come on, man. Not saying, hey, yo, she thick though, I can fix her, all right? She looks happy with her bleach demon. Like, exactly, you know? Like,
I'm gonna run with that now. I'm a bleach demon.
like, Lord, it's just
Yo,
it's
it's
ridiculous.
cool. I'm gonna change my Xbox profile to that and everything. Bleach demon.
Yeah.
That's a cool game.
Don't get me wrong, I fucking hate that Libs of TikTok account, but damn, they ate that one thing. You know, like, I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up, dude. I can't stand chicks like that or people like that. It's nasty. It's a nasty, man. She probably did a TikTok explaining herself too. Let me see. Let me go to her account. Let me see here. Oh no, her account's private. Well, that says everything, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I found it. Yeah, this is the one everyone is talking about. Yeah. I I can't stand people like this, dude. It's just be true to yourselves, man. Shout out to Godzilla saying, guess she's trying to get bleached instead of blacked. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's a good one,
That's
bro.
a good one.
That's a good one. So much sensationalism for clout. Oh, exactly. I fucking hate that. Lives a TikTok account. Hey, you got to get the full title. Singer, stinky evil bleach demon. Exactly. Just fucking weird, dude.
Let me put the full title in.
O Block Parkway Gardens. What the fuck is that? Let me look that up. Oh. What the hell? Originally operated by African American Civic? Is this a typo? Civic leaders, or maybe it is Civic at the time. Optimistic. Okay. I've literally never heard of this area. Ooh, it's right next to West Woodlawn, which I just read was super dangerous. Let me just move on from that. Let's see here. Okay, let me see. Did I get any channel member topics? I think y'all were like, I'm not giving you any topics, bitch. Okay. All right, that's fair. Community. No, yeah, I didn't get any. I got one topic. So shout out to Phil. So Phil says, since Bandai keeps rehashing these trash ass anime arena fighters, okay, what is an anime that you would like to get a full AAA release, and who would you get to make it? Luca, choose two because I already know what the first one will be. Mine would be Code Geass, made by a collaboration with BioWare and From Software. Ooh. BioWare for Code Geass and non-combat sections. From Software for the nightmare battles. Okay. That's a good pick. I like that. Anime game. He said he already knows what my first... I don't even know what my first one would be. Phil, are you in the chat? I did. I love my mom. I had great parents. I have great mom, at least. My dad, I don't know. I mean, my dad's in my life now, but he wasn't growing up. So, but I had my grandfather in my life. So he's the one who taught me how men should treat me. And, you know, he also taught me to not fucking hate men like some of these chicks do. You know what I'm saying? Because I do not hate.
Okay, my first one will be Redo a Healer by Naughty Dog.
Oh, Lord have fucking mercy. Lord have. Okay, so let's talk. Wait, let's pause for a second. So you're trying to assault women in a game? Is that it? Like you
no.
That? Because that's what it was happening in that. That's what happens in that manga and the anime. You got to rethink what you're about to say, my boy.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay, it better be a fucking joke.
It was a play on Naughty Dog. That's all. Okay. So first one, Akira, no. Neon Genesis Evangelion.
That would be cool as like a mecha
by
game.
From Software, yeah, because they're making Armored Core. Yeah, I could see a Neon Genesis, and you go because I have to think of the second one.
All right. So Phil says Berserk. Okay, yeah. I forgot, but I mean, there are Berserk games. They're just not that good from what I've seen.
Are there any games based off of anime that are actually good? I mean,
yeah,
I'm legit asking because I don't play any of them, so I really don't know.
I mean, the dot hack. There's already games.
I did play some dot. I did. Yeah, I played a dot hack song.
Yeah,
and those are pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. I was very young when I played. I played on the PS2.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me think about this. So a Berserk game by From Software would be fucking phenomenal. Phil, you are right. You did know. You had to remind me because I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. A Baki game from someone who does fighters who are really well. I'm down with that.
Would they be monologuing about their training?
Yep.
In the middle of the fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't stand Baki.
Some of the Budokai Tenkaichi games for Dragon Ball Z are very good. So my favorite one is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. The best one, played on the PS2 with my brother. We'd play every single day. That shit was so fucking awesome. That shit was lit. Best one in my opinion. Anyway. And And then the feels like I like the Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles and the Pre-Storm Naruto Fighters. I feel like I played the Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles. I think so. Digimon games are fire. Oh, okay. Kill la Kill. I could see that. Bleach. I could see that. Digimon Cyber Sleuth. I did. Did I? I can't remember. I think I played. Okay, hold on. Let me look this up.
Let me have a look at. So I got Neon Genesis by From Software,
I
and
feel like I definitely played a Digimon game on my Game Boy, but I can't remember which one it was.
oh, let me look.
Yes, I can't wait either. King Metro Challenge, it's gonna be so lit. Anyway, so all right, I guess that's it. We can get out of here. But go ahead.
The last one would be I would actually want to see where is it? Come on, where is it? I'm trying to find it.
Lord have mercy.
It was for a Western RPG, and I would have Obsidian make it, and it would be Log Horizon.
That's a good one. I've not seen Log Horizon, but I've heard good things about it.
Oh, Log Horizon's a must watch if you haven't. It's so good.
Where is my shit at? Did I tell you guys I got a job? Yeah, right.
Yes,
the chat.
you did.
All right. But shout out to Amon, Stankma, Drav, Outlaw, Lino, Damien, Tevin, H-Dog, Dirk, McGurk, King Metrotron, Neat Puppet, Scrotum, Phil, Mr. Dolo Gaming, DQs, Blizzards, John the Don, Smokes, Jorenza, Stardust, Brisket, Stone, Dexflex, Starbuck, Kenny, DC, Perfect Shogun, Mike, It's Me Baby, Big Daddy, Smitty, Plus on the Block Podcast, El Huito, Subnegro, Sir X-Man, Yobi, MJ, Jazzy, Erotimus, and Bandy, Dom, Saduk, Sycamore, Zion, Danelle Brisky, Corey, Light Strife, J Bari, RK, Pepitio, Nautical, Jet, Brandon, NVDub, Jarrell, Slomo, and Hannibal. Thank you guys so much for being members of the channel. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. Salute, Anonymous Boss. Search 051 Young Money Luca. All right, so, salute to you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Let me look this up. Oh, so it's like a gang. Yeah, wait. Yeah, dude, wait. Yeah, I don't know anything about any of that stuff, man. Oh, okay. I'm seeing here. Yeah. Interesting.
Wait, which one?
I'm looking into this gang thing.
Oh.
Okay. Did I start what? But yes, thank you for the fun conversations. Premium version of PlayStation games on PC, you know, occasionally. You know. Do you wait, young? Man, I don't know anything about any of these gangs in Chicago. It's spooky. Looking interesting. Okay. World Trigger Game. Congrats, Luca. Oh yes, thank you. Super Saiyan 4 Goku was my favorite. Yes.
There is like a lot of thunder and lightning going on here right now. I'm not trying to have all this stuff on much longer.
We're hopping out. All right, guys. Outro slow.
Great show as usual. Had a lot of fun. Great chat. Great panel as always. Hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy your games.
All right, Singer.
Great chat, great panel. It's your local stinky evil bleach demon.
Oh Lord.
See you all later.
All right, guys. See you guys later. And let's just hopefully be done with this Activision Blizzard shit by next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, my boys and girls. All right, stay blessed, y'all. Peace. All right.